So also, first training session of the year, mate. How was it this morning?
Yeah, it was good. It's good to come back and get back into it. The boys have come back in really good nick, which is great. So it's nice to have a bit of a run around, get back to, I guess, routine again, which is nice, and get ready for the season.
Did the boys have to do a bit of extras over the Christmas break?
No, nothing was too different from what we've done in the past. We've got elite standards here as a group, and that's what we do anyway, is train hard over the Christmas break. It's when you come back December 4th, you're sort of a bit behind in terms of, I guess, training time anyway. So the boys come back really well.
Given what we've heard about a couple of blokes being over their skin folds, did you have to all think about cutting back on the Christmas pudding over the break? Or?
You've always got to be very careful about the over Christmas time, but it was touched on before Christmas. But I think that's just the group and where we're at and how close we were last year. That we've got standards, and that's where we want to get to, and make sure we give ourselves every chance to, hopefully get to a grand final again and give ourselves a chance to win it.
I guess that's the thing, Source. You can look at it two ways. A negative, or B, you hold yourselves to such a high count. Is that the way you sort of look at things? Yeah,
absolutely. I think that's been the strength of us, especially the time that I've been here. It's been documented, in the draft picks and that sort of stuff. But one thing that's been consistent is we've had really strong leaders, and they drive really good standards. And we've always been, around the mark, which is as a player, it's really proud to be a part of a club that's like that.
Bit of a time trial this morning. What was the view like from where you were in the field?
Well, we broke into two groups. So it was actually good to watch the blokes like Sam Gibson and Jake Kelly and Riley Knight, these types of guys run. So I think they obviously ran a really good time, which is really impressive, and really sets them up to have another strong year.
Gibson, I think, took it out again. I was just talking to one of the boys inside. I reckon he's one of the best runners he's ever seen. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, he's the best I've seen. He just looks to be cruising, and he's an absolute ripper, and I think it's a great move by the club to get him. He's certainly on a mission to give himself every chance to play, and I'll look forward to having him on my team this year.
How important is it to have experienced recruits like Bryce Gibbs and Sam Gibson come to the club? It's obviously just coming off the grand final.
Yeah, it is. It's obviously those type of guys who have played a lot of footy do bring a lot. They're different players. They obviously give us different strengths, which will hopefully improve us this year. They're both, as you mentioned, they've both had really strong careers. So we look forward to. They're both versatile. So it will be interesting to see how the coaches decide to use them.
Have you enjoyed reuniting the past Carlton Players Club here in Adelaide?
I have, actually. I feel I'm a real driving force behind that. So it is. I loved it when Eddie come across, and now to have Gibbsy's one of my best mates. So to have him come across, it's great, and it's really exciting, and my family's really good friends with him, his as well, so it's hopefully going to be a very enjoyable year.
Were you a factor in getting him over here, Sauce?
I don't know about that. I think Gibbsy just made the right decision.
There weren't any sneaky texts or any sort of spark the fires again afterwards? It was probably off there for a while?
No, I've been into him for a lot of years, so it's probably taken me, this is my 8th year here, so it's probably taken me 8 years to get him across, so it takes time, these things, but it's good to finally get him across.
As a ruckman, you must be loving the fact he's going to be sort of getting a few taps off you and stuff like that.
Absolutely, it's going to be good. I think a few of the boys are a bit worried that I'm going to look after him more than them. So it's, we've got a really good group in there though, and it's as mentioned before, he's going to add plenty to us, and you might even see him play a little bit of half back this year as well. So he's a really versatile player, and it's exciting to have him here and be able to play with him again.
And Source, what about some of the younger players from here this time of year? There's a couple that stick out. Is there anyone for you in the first training today, or that you sort of went, wow, you look pretty good?
Yeah, I think Miles Polk, he's come back, he looks really strong, he ran a really good time. Rory Atkins, obviously a guy we've seen a bit of, but he's actually gone to another level, and I'm really excited about what he's going to do. There's a whole host of young guys that are coming in and going to put their name up because their spot's available. Tom Duday's another guy who's come in, and I think he smells a bit of an opportunity. So it's really exciting for those guys to be able to put themselves on show, and no one's safe. All the spots are up for grabs, so you need to have a good pre-season to do well.
Darcy Fogarty looks impressive for an 18-year-old.
He's a big strapping boy, Darcy. He's a good country boy from down Lucendale, so I think it's great that he's able to stay home, I guess, and play footy in front of his family and friends. And we've got mutual friends, Darcy, so I've known about him for a little while, so it's exciting that he's been able to come on board.
How important are the next 4 to 6 weeks? So also really building the game plan and building the things that you guys want to put into place for what you want to do in 2018.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I think January, in terms of a football, I think it's probably one of the most important months. It's definitely the toughest, I know that, because you're not playing games, but you've got no reason not to get smashed on the training track, I guess. And You know, as mentioned before, we've got really high standards, and that's where we're going to get our real improvement. You know, pre-Christmas, there's a lot of, you know, fitness work, weights work, all that, and now we'll start to launch into the footy, so, which I'm really excited about. You know, that's where we're going to improve. You'll see guys try different positions and things like that as well, so it's a big month to make sure we're right to go, as the season seems to be starting early and early. I think the internals, you know, around the middle of Feb and AFLX and all that sort of stuff, so it's going to be another busy year.
How's Brody tracking? Good to see him taking a share in this one.
Yeah, he's going very well actually. I'm really excited by how he's going along. Obviously, we don't want to put any pressure on him, but you know, at the moment he's certainly training with purpose, and he's given himself every chance to, you know, hopefully be back at some stage later in the year. I saw him running today, and he was actually quite impressive to do that, you know, a couple of months after being out.
So he's doing straight line running at the moment, is that right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he was doing some running with, you know, a few of the modified guys, so that's really promising.
And Hugh Green was out on the track just jogging a few laps, obviously had some surgery himself.
Yeah, he had just a little setback, Huey, but it's great now he's able to, you know, like you said, starting to get a few Ks under the belt. He wasn't able to do too much sort of pre-Christmas, so he's another guy who, you know, he's got a real opportunity to take his game to another level this year, and we're really excited by that, and I think he's a player once again who can give us some versatility.
Is the hope that he'll be right for the JLT series, or maybe he might be sort of a bit short for that?
No, he should be around the mark. So Brody, I think at this stage is going to be the only one who's probably won't be available. So other than that, we're going to have a full complement to choose from.
What about you, Sauce, to finish? How are you feeling? You mentioned you've done a few of these pre-seasons before. Do you feel any different, better, worse than in years gone by?
I certainly do. It's probably a bit tougher this time of the year. It's always tough being a big guy when you're just pounding the pavement. But it's just nice to, you know, I guess come into the club, have some fun with the boys, and you don't have this, I guess, the stress of games on the weekends yet. So it's nice to just come and work hard together and you know, just enjoy spending time with each other.
And you've only got a couple of months left of sleep.
I do. Got exciting times coming up with the baby coming in May, so there's a few before me, so it's a busy time at the club, and I think that just shows where our group's at. Everyone's, I guess, mature now, so we're in a good spot to, you know, hopefully have some success.